Hello, welcome to Campus Chronicles, brought to you by ETEducation and Coursera for Campus. This is an initiative to bring forth what is happening in the education sector, how it is meeting up with the challenges both from students' perspective and industry. So today we are going to cover how cutting edge technologies plus online learning pedagogies is transforming education sector, and who better than Professor Renu Vig, Vice Chancellor of Panjab University, and Aaditya Razdan, he is the director at Coursera for Campus. What kind of goals are you setting today? What are your top priorities today for the education sector, and how do you think that will shape education as we go forward?
See, presently our focus is on providing holistic education to our students. So, right now we are in the process of changing the entire curriculum of all our courses, and the agenda is that when a student enters the university or college system in a UG program, then he has multiple choices, and it is not only the subjects related to the course, to the program in which he has taken admission. Say for example, a student has taken admission in BSc Physics, then he or she is being offered multidisciplinary courses in any field they want to do, whether it is botany or it is some subject related to arts. So that choice is there. The students can take multidisciplinary courses, and then we are also focusing on skill enhancement courses, because we want that by the end of completing the education, the students should be enabled with some skills so that his or her employability enhances. So, we are taking care of these two things. Then besides that, earlier we had this kind of ecosystem where companies or organizations, they used to come to the campus and students were seeking jobs or students were going for higher studies. But now we also have a ecosystem where if the students, they have some innovative idea and they want to work on that idea and they want to set up their own startup, then that also they can do.
Very interesting. And multidisciplinary is the way to future. So, Aditya, I'd like to ask you that today education is the backbone of India's economic growth. And so, how do you think are the key elements for this for education to become push for the economy, and what are the key priorities you see within this industry?
Oh, thank you first of all for having me here. Second, if in case we look at what is happening in India today, one, it is really phenomenal in terms of the economic growth that we are witnessing. But what is fueling this economic growth is both ambition and the skill set of the people. To make it further grow, accessibility of education and the right skills is going to be the mantra. That's what I have experienced so far working with campuses across India or globally also. That is what every university leader feels today. If in case India has to go ahead, the right skills, whether we are talking about emerging technology or domain-based skills, they have to be imparted, and they have to be imparted to the last mile as well. So I'll give you a very quick example. There are public universities in India, there are private universities also in India that are present in the remotest parts also. What they are doing today is to enable their students, they are picking the industry micro credentials and industry aligned courses, curricula, building it up within their curriculum and offering it to the students to build their skill for future, which will further enhance their employability. As ma'am rightly pointed out, so in a way to enhance employability, the first step towards it is strengthen the curriculum. So that's the whole focus that I see that the university leaders are having today across India.
Very interesting. So I'm going to build up on each of these points that you mentioned, like when you talk about accessibility and you talk about giving them more wider learning courses. So, today most campuses are offering online global programs, and these help to enhance the skills that can be taught to them, because we all know technology is changing so fast. So some of these skills can be picked up from the online learning programs. Plus, the government is also mandating about 40% credits the students should be earning from online learning programs. So, Vice Chancellor, how would you plan and how are you integrating online learning, global online learning in your campus?
See, when we talk about skilling our youth, then other things that we have included in our curriculum is that they can go for internship or apprenticeship to the industry. So we allow our students to go for 6 months training in our industry. So there they are acquiring their skills. And like you said, that UGC has allowed students to earn up to 40% credits through MOOCs. In our university, we have allowed our students to earn up to 20% credits through MOOCs. So we have identified courses which they can do through MOOCs, and they can earn their credits, and those credits will be counted for completion of their degree program. So these changes have been brought up in the curriculum so that students are able to learn according to their choice. So the agenda is to provide them with flexibility, and they can also learn at any time they want to learn, because sometimes they don't even understand what is happening in the class, and if some they can attend some lectures online, then maybe they can do this learning from anywhere at any time according to their convenience. And also the students, they have different rate of learning also. Some are fast learners, some are slow learners. So these online courses definitely they strengthen the learning environment, and students also have the choice, and flexibility is the, I guess, USP today.
Very interesting. Aditya, how are you integrating and collaborating with campuses to kind of bring forth these online learning programs?
Uh, Before answering that, I would want to just add one more point to what ma'am was saying. We did a survey, I think last year, and it included more than 150 campuses from India and thousands of campuses globally as well. What it gave us as a result was that 98% of the university leaders are agreeing to the fact that building these, giving that flexibility, giving these online learning programs, giving access to more industry aligned curricula is helping students. So, this is just compliment what ma'am was saying. We have also noticed same across the globe. Now, how we are collaborating with the universities, with the campuses across globe and in India is where we are able to bring the world-class content coming in from world's top 200 universities and 100 plus organizations. So we are able to offer these to the universities, and these universities are able to blend these learning units, I would call them, or the courses or specializations or job-oriented professional certifications into their curriculum. One quick example would be, say, without calling out the name of the university, it's among the top 20 NIRF universities in India today, a public university. They wanted to build the skill muscle in electric vehicle design for their students. So what they did is they told their 20,000 or little less than that, or some of the figure is closer to that, students, that all of you should learn electric vehicle designing and battery technologies on Coursera. And this is coming from this university or this organization. What it does for the university is they are able to get the best of the experts in the world to deliver that particular curriculum, and the university is awarding credits for that. So overall, if in case we look at the approach, it has helped universities to bring the best to their students, irrespective of whether their affiliate campus is 200 kilometers away or 100 kilometers away or within the same city. So now the student in the farthest corner in the country has access to learn from the top professor in the world, whether it's the Indian professor or the professor outside India as well.
Very interesting. And your example also kind of ties to what Vice Chancellor was saying, that here at Punjab University, You encourage them to come with innovative ideas and incubate startups. And so, getting multiple skills, specialized skills would only help them out. So, today, generative AI has become such a robust technology, both for learners plus workers. It is changing the way students are learning, it is changing the way workers are working. And this technology is growing so rapidly that its consumption has been like no other consumptions till date. So, how are you using Gen AI to give personalized learning experiences to your students and enhance their overall learning?
Actually, our focus is, not to tell the students how to use these AI techniques for learning. Rather, we are teaching them how to build these tools, because we have like signed MOU with Intel, and under that MOU we are training our students under their campaign AI for Future Workforce. So the modules for different category of students have been designed by Intel. They have trained our faculty, and our faculty in turn is conducting workshops or these modules where they are training the students on how to use AI tools. And but besides that, we also offer minor in AI and machine learning. So if a student earns 20 credits in say he does 5 courses on AI and machine learning, then he can earn a minor in that area. So we are trying to trying to do capacity building in this area and training our students. And in fact, we are living in an age where everybody has to learn what AI is, how to use these tools. And right now, these generative AI tools are a very recent development, and our students, I'm sure, are not using them so much. But in the future, it is going to be a challenge, in fact, because normally when our students do research or dissertation or projects at UG, PG, or PhD level, and now, like if we tell our student to write a code for some project, now he just has to give a command and get that code. So copying will be much more easier, and ready-made things would be available if the students have to prepare a assignment, or even while they are preparing their dissertation or thesis. So in fact, the universities have to see how we are going to check all this, that whatever the students are doing, that is their thought process and not something they have copied using these tools. So we have to ensure that these tools are not misused,
Yeah, very
and
true.
that's going to be a challenge.
So, Aditya, what are some of the best practices you've seen across campuses, and where is Coursera's plugin in Gen AI?
At Coursera, I would talk about two-pronged approach that we have. One is how are we supporting the faculty members across the campuses? Second is how are we supporting the learners across the campuses? For learners, there is Coursera Coach, which is generative AI-driven platform. So today, if in case as a learner, I want to ask that I have completed the basics of cybersecurity as a course, what is the next course that I should do if in case I want to be a cybersecurity analyst? Coursera Coach helps me with the right answers. The Coursera Coach crawls through the platform only, it does not go to the web, and gives me the right answers. I may also ask after completing cybersecurity if in case I would also want to know about generative AI and build a career on it. It'll help me. If in case I want to ask an example, it'll give me that. So it supports me in my learning. So thus far my learning becomes more personalized.
Another important pillar is getting them job ready, getting them industry ready. And as skills are changing so fast, this is a very, very critical, important factor. So, how are you collaborating with companies such as your IBM, Google? You already mentioned Intel for micro credential programs, and how are you putting that in the curriculum?
So when we design our curriculum, then also the curriculum is designed by a committee which we call Board of Studies, and in that we have experts from the industry who give their tips on how to make the curriculum. But the challenge is that technology changes so fast, and it is difficult to keep pace with the industry when so far as academia is concerned. Like we talk about electrical vehicles today, but in our laboratories we still have internal combustion engine only that we use to teach our students, and we still continue to teach. So updating infrastructure in the universities so as to keep pace with the advancements in technology in the industry, that's quite tough. And that's why we have this provision of training internship in our curriculum, where a student can go to the industry and learn the latest tools or techniques. So I can share an example with you. Recently, MOU was signed between Panjab Engineering College and Micron. So under that MOU, faculty would be going to Ahmedabad facility of Micron for training, and students will be going to SCL for training. So this is how we upgrade the knowledge of the teachers, and we also ensure that students also learn the tools being used in the industry. However, the focus of higher education institutions remain to build a strong fundamental of the students. So we give them the fundamental knowledge, and these tools, they keep on changing. So whatever we are teaching them now, once they start their professional journey, they have to learn all their lives, because these languages, tools, they keep on changing. When I was a student, I was taught Fortran, but now I learned C, C++, now we have Java and Python. Now everything has changed. So whosoever starts working, he has to learn according to the requirements of the industry, and most of the industry do conduct training programs for these students. Our students who join companies, various companies, TCS, Infosys, so they first have to undergo training of a few months before they are ready for the job, and in fact they have to be relearning all their lives.
I could not agree less that, foundational learning is most important. And then you move with the time and you value add. Aditya, your closing thoughts on this?
I think how we are working with campuses today and how we are seeing all the campuses globally functioning or moving towards where technology is, or how we come in building onto what campuses are offering at the moment. As ma'am rightly pointed out, technologies keep changing. You'll be amazed to know this. Last year, every third minute, an Indian enrolled for a generative AI course on Coursera. Every third minute. That's our hunger. I would not say population, that's our hunger for knowledge.
So, thank you. That's a wrap on this conversation. We've had a lot to learn, and our audience is going to find this conversation very valuable, full of key takeaways. Thank you, Professor Renu and Aditya, for joining us today for Campus Chronicles.